the UN Conference on Sustainable Development, known as the Rio+20 Earth Summit, has concluded with few successes to report. Negotiators unveiled an agreement that sets new development goals and lays the groundwork for future talks. Many groups working on environmental and poverty issues have criticized the agreement for being too weak. Greenpeace called it, quote, an epic failure. Politicians such as Nick Clegg of Britain called it, quote, insipid. And some protesters protested final text by ripping it up and renaming the summit Rio+20.
The science is in. The planet is in terrible shape. And the difficulty is that meetings like this are doomed to fail because we see ourselves at the center of everything, and our political and our economic priorities have to dominate over everything else. If we don't come together and say, look, let's start with the agreement that we are biological creatures, and if you don't have air for more than 3 or 4 minutes, you're dead. If you don't have clean air, you're sick. So surely air, the atmosphere that provides us with the seasons, the weather, the climate, that has to be our highest priority. Before anything economic or political, that has to be the highest priority. But what you're getting is a huge gathering, as we saw in Copenhagen 2 years ago, a huge gathering of countries trying to negotiate something that doesn't belong to anyone through the lenses of all of the political boundaries and the economic priorities, and we try to shoehorn nature into our agenda, and it's simply not going to work. A meeting like this is doomed to fail because we haven't left our vested interests outside the door and come together as a single species and agreed what the fundamental needs are for all of humanity. So we're going to sacrifice the air, the water, the biodiversity, all in the sake of human political and economic interests. They're doomed.